Hey guys, Dezz Asante here from Music School in Bowmanville with another quick tip for you guys, for you aspiring musicians out there. If you've been following along the last few episodes, we've been talking a little bit about the importance of learning and practicing your scales and the reasons why we do that, which of course, just to recap, are the scale serves as a roadmap to where the good notes are in any given key. And then once you've got that roadmap down and you've got some dexterity in your fingers, whether it's on the guitar, the piano, whatever your instrument is, now you can use those notes to improvise melodies off the top of your head, or lead guitar, or solos on the piano, or whatnot. So I wanted to stick with that topic a little bit today, but today I wanted to show you how it works on the piano. It's very, very similar, not really any different. Years ago, when I was young, a mentor of mine showed me a scale that I still to this day is one of my favorite things to play on the piano. And it's the blues scale, which is basically a minor pentatonic scale with one additional note. I won't go into too much of the geeky details. If you're curious about that, by all means, come and visit me at Music School and schedule a couple lessons, and we can dig in as deep as you want to go. But just to sort of demonstrate how this all works on another instrument as opposed to the guitar, one of the things you'll find about the piano is that, unlike the guitar, is that each key has a different finger pattern. So you could have a major scale, which on the guitar you have a particular finger pattern that gives you the major scale. The beautiful thing about the guitar is if you want to play that in a different key, you just simply move it to another fret where the root note is the key you're trying to play in, and you do the exact same thing. So it's much easier to develop muscle memory much quicker on an instrument like the guitar. On the piano, for example, if you want to play C major, it's one fingering, G major has a slightly different fingering, etc., etc. Not just the types of scales, major, minor, etc., but the actual key. Every key has a different fingering. So that does make it a little bit more challenging, a little bit more to practice before you develop that muscle memory. But let me show you a scale that I really like. I mentioned it earlier. It's the blues scale on the piano. I'm going to play it in the key of C and show you how this works. I'll play you the scale first. I'll show you my practice of repetition to develop my muscle memory, and I'll demonstrate a little bit in terms of how I use those notes to go ahead and create melodies or piano solos, okay? So let's take it over to the piano and have a look. So on the piano, the C blues scale looks like this. We start with a C, we have an E flat, we have an F, we have an F sharp. That's the blue note. They call that the blue note. That's the extra note that's added to the minor pentatonic scale. And then we have a G, a B flat, and a C again. And if I were to practice that a little bit, like so, to get my muscles familiar with that pattern, okay? Once I've gotten familiar with that pattern, I can play it in different octaves. Like so, and start to move around between the different octaves on the keyboard, okay? Now, once I've got some of that into my muscles, some muscle memory developed, the next step, as I've mentioned in previous videos, is to go ahead and try to improvise melodies with the notes in that scale. So an example might be like this. Like so. So I'm just sticking to the notes that are in that scale, and I'm improvising with rhythm and with my note choices, the order of my notes, okay? Put a little bit of left hand into that, and you might get something like this. Like so, okay? And that is how we apply the same concept of learn a scale, practice the scale, learn to improvise with the scale, and then put it all together. And before you know it, you're playing solos on the piano. So there you have it. The same concepts apply no matter what instrument you play. You want to know where the good notes are, which ones they are. You want to practice moving around them until you can gain some speed. And again, it's not because you want to just be the fastest gun in the West. It's so that you have the choice of playing a faster rhythm if you want to. If you can only play a certain speed, then there are certain rhythmic choices that are just not open to you because you can't play that fast. So that's the reason why we repeat over and over again these patterns to really get them into the hands so that you can then be free to move around and express yourself musically however you choose to. So if you enjoyed this lesson, by all means, leave a comment below. Feel free to share this around for those people who are learning music who might be interested and find this information helpful. And of course, if you want to accelerate your own progress and up your game a little bit, go ahead and visit Music'sCool.club and register for a free lesson. First lesson's always free, so you get a chance to see how I work. And if you want to continue working together, it's a great way to do it. And then from there, we can go ahead and get you on the calendar. So once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next Music School Quick Tip.